Wow. So, in a report sent to the Israeli government, uh, like shortly after October 7th, the Israeli military admits that a number of their IDF members uh, fled the attack on October 7th instead of helping people, and that it took 6 hours to get reinforcements. Like, that's wild. They knew what Hamas was going to do on October 7th and did nothing to prepare for it, and then waited 6 hours to send and give them help. Does that show the Israeli government actually caring about its people when it takes so long for them to send help to people?
Israeli military has found what it calls serious flaws in the army's response during the October 7th attacks. The report focused on Kibbutz Be'eri near the Gaza border. It was overrun during the Hamas invasion, and more than 100 were killed. The IDF chief of staff presented the report to the kibbutz leadership before it was made public. For the latest, let's go.
It's funny how they call October 7th an invasion by Hamas, but the daily attacks by the IDF and Israeli settlers on the West Bank are never called an invasion. They're just called raids, or the Israeli government fighting quote-unquote terrorists when it's just Palestinians trying to defend themselves from settlers killing them.
Go to Claudia Lavanga, who's following this for us. Good morning, Claudia. What does the report say?
Good morning, Francis. Well, the report essentially says that after hundreds of Israeli soldiers from several units arrived at the kibbutz Be'eri, as people were still being massacred there, as the attack was still ongoing, many did not enter the kibbutz as they came under fire. Now, it says that the report also says they were concentrating instead of evacuating wounded soldiers, and in some cases they did not help civilians who managed to escape by themselves. Also, the investigation.
I mean, some of these people are just like 18-year-olds, just straight out of high school, forced into the military into a war they don't want to be in. I mean, you can't really, like, um, be mad at somebody for wanting to, you know, not die, trying to kill a Hamas agent, or not actually wanting to kill people in general. Uh, a lot of these people are still just people straight out of high school because the Israeli government forces people, uh, males straight out of high school, the moment you hit 18, to be in the military. And that's just truly insane, expecting 18-year-olds to be murdering people.
Suggests that in certain cases, soldiers left the kibbutz without informing their commanders first, and that it took more than 6 hours for reinforcements to arrive there. And of course, by that time, it was too late. The massacre and the kidnapping had already occurred. Now, residents of the.
Though, why did it take 6 hours for reinforcements to arrive when Israel surrounds all of Gaza and all of the West Bank? I mean, reinforcements should be able to arrive within minutes to any place.
Kibbutz Be'eri welcome the report, but they also say they want to know more about why Israeli soldiers did not enter the kibbutz while people were being massacred there. Now, still, let's remain in that area and just let me flag.
Another question that needs to be asked is, how many civilians are actually killed by the IDF? Because the Israeli government has the Hannibal Directive, which has made it legal for the IDF, though still illegal internationally, for the IDF to murder civilians and other hostages to prevent them from being used as bargaining chips.
Another story from there. Now, Jake Sullivan, the national security advisor at the White House, said that the temporary pier that the United States built off the coast of Gaza to facilitate the delivery of humanitarian aid is going to be permanently shut down after the military failed to re-anchor it after it broke loose and washed ashore following stormy weather in.
Wow. So the obvious pier that wasn't going to work isn't working. The United States is going to dismantle it. How much is it going to cost to dismantle this pier, since it costs like $3.8 billion or so to build? Wow. Joe Biden is trash. I mean, this was his idea to build a pier to send in aid instead of stopping the Israeli government from preventing aid from going into Gaza. Joe Biden, he's an idiot.